have indeed. So we do have another treat presentation for you. I wanted to begin by thanking you for being quiet very quickly and to give me your absolute attention. So for those of you who don't know why we're here, every year we have an opportunity to work with people who have challenges in their lives and disabilities in their lives. And we have one particular student today who feels empowered to share his disability with you and to kind of explain to you what his disability is all about. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Justin Michelson, and I ask that you be attentive, listen carefully, ask appropriate questions, and to really, to really give him some serious thought. He's put a lot of time and effort into this presentation, and he feels that he's very passionate about what he's going to share with you today. All right? So, thank you. Ready? Okay. Justin Michelson, guys.
Hey! My name is Justin Michelson, as you may have heard. This is my PowerPoint. Mark, you stop that? I'm a brother, a lineman, a wrestler, a football player. I'm on the track team, I fish, I hunt, and I have Tourette syndrome. What does Tourette's look like? This is a clip from the HBO special, I Have Tourette's, but Tourette doesn't have me. It's in cooperation with the TSA, or Tourette Syndrome Association, and here it is, small piece.
Tourette syndrome. There it is. Tourette syndrome is a certain brain defect. It's a neurological problem that I was born with that causes you to tick. Ticks control our body. Ticking, like coughing, twitching, like snapping all the time. Do a lot of things people wouldn't like. My mom calls me the mouse because I make little squeaky noises. Shaking my head. Now that I said it, I have to do it. I'll go, I spit. Flapping my arms. And everybody thought I was trying to laugh. I'm like, no, you can't help it. It's not contagious. Like if I shook your hand and said, I'm in you, you would not get Tourette. They call me that all the time. Coffee! You shut up. It's there. Why do you have to make fun of it? Why are you doing that? That's so annoying. Could you please stop? This makes him a little crazy. A person who has Tourette's isn't like a whole another person. Like me. I'm a regular kid.
Some of you are probably thinking, well, they look weird. Why don't they just stop it? You're thinking, well, I don't want to be their friends. But why don't we just use those assumptions just that? Assumptions.
Tourette syndrome.
Retard. Really common insult that every kid hears in general, but kids with Tourette syndrome tend to hear it a lot. Some people may think that Tourette's and mentally retarded are the same thing, but they're not. They're two completely different things. Tourette's, as you may have heard, is not contagious. Tourette syndrome is a bioneurological disorder that consists of both vocal and motor tics, and you don't have to have Tourette's to actually have a tic. It is a genetic disorder, means it's been genetically passed down from generation to generation. Tourette syndrome usually varies from person to person, meaning no two cases are exactly the same. Tics are involuntary, so no, I can't stop them. In many cases, people have little to no tics by adulthood. inappropriate words. These can be things such as anything from racial language to cursing, even words that are socially inappropriate, just not appropriate for the moment at hand, like in a conversation. Motor tics are things such as eye blinking, nose twitching, leg movements, shoulder shrugs, arm and head jerks, hopping, clapping, throwing, touching, holding funny expressions, sticking out tongue, tearing paper, pinching, and many more. Those vocal and motor tics I tend to have a decent amount of. Some of these tics now may seem intentional, but they really aren't. However, they can start because of voluntary movement. Like my neck here, if you haven't noticed it, it started when I was just cracking my neck when I was snowboarding. And my body basically said, "Wow, this feels really great," and now I have that tic. But my eye twitches, those weren't voluntary. Those happened about the same time I was diagnosed, around the age of 7. OCD, ADHD, and ADD. These are some of the most common related conditions to Tourette syndrome. However, having these disorders, that does not mean you have Tourette syndrome, but they are commonly found in people with Tourette syndrome. OCD stands for Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. 50% of children with Tourette syndrome have it. OCD is intrusive and recurring thoughts and images or impulses that get stuck on your mind, which can be unpleasant or disruptive to functioning. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. This is found in 64% of children with Tourette syndrome, while 21 to 90% of children have ADD or Attention Deficit Disorder. Some facts about Tourette. Among the children diagnosed with Tourette's, 79% have been diagnosed with at least one additional mental health, behavioral, or developmental condition like ADHD, OCD, executive functioning disorder, which affects a person's ability to organize themselves, not just being able to find something you need, but also organize thoughts, memories, and speech. There's also behavioral conduct problems, anxiety problems, depression, developmental delay, affecting his or her ability to learn. I actually have OCD, ADHD, and the executive function disorder. For every 1,000 children, 3 of those children have Tourette syndrome. In the United States alone, there are over 308 million people. Out of all those people, only 100,000 to 200,000 have Tourette syndrome. It seems like a large number, but if you think out of 308 million, it's really not a lot. Men are 3 times as likely to be diagnosed than girls. And people are most likely to be diagnosed between the ages of 6 and 17. Treatment. Tourette's is a non-curable disorder. However, there's medication that helps it. Downside to all these medications is that each one has a side effect. These can include rapid mood swings, blood pressure changes, stomach upset, weight loss or gain, and some that are much more severe. There have been some recent advances in research to show that some people with extremely severe cases of Tourette syndrome have been shown to have relief with brain surgery. But this is not effective to everyone and only for severe cases. An example of the side effect was when I was in elementary school. My side effect was blood pressure. So every day I'd have to go to the nurse to get my blood pressure checked. One day I went there and I sat down and I had forgotten to take my medicine. She took my blood pressure, called my mom and said, "Yes, we have your son and we're not sure how he hasn't passed out yet. His blood pressure is extremely low." So it can get really bad. I was missed parts of conversation, and in all seriousness, Tourette's, they can cause me misconversation, but Tourette's may affect that, but not the intelligence, physical ability, and the ability to participate in activities. But ticking can cause distractions for others. I can be distracting to others in the movies and in places where quiet is required. Jeremy Steiner, otherwise known as Twitch by the motocross world, he gets the name because he has Tourette syndrome. He has not let stop him from achieving his goals as a motocross rider. He's won many awards. Some was easy reading. The 1998 band's Triple Crown champ and Las Vegas LXD Freestyle and Step Up. The 2004 band's Triple Crown champ X-Fighters. The 2005 True Actions Pro Tour Toyota Challenge, he got first place. 2005 and 2006 Summer and Winter X Games, and for best trick he gained 2 gold medals. In the 2008 ESPN Moto X Championships, FMX Red Gold, X-Fighters Brazil, and LG Action Sports FMX World Championship. 2009 X Games and 2009 X Games 15 California Freestyle. Some people have gone to call him the most naturally talented and stylish motocross rider, and has made some of the most technical moves look smooth in music. James Durbin. James Durbin was a contestant, was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome at the age of 9. At the time, he was getting over the death of his father. James says the hardest part was that he didn't even get the chance to know him. He had mentioned that during his school years, he had been made fun of and beat up a lot, and that he was very lost. James Durbin was a contestant on the season 10 American Idol, and ended up finishing 4th place due to surprise elimination. He's currently touring the U.S. with a new album out called Memories of a Beautiful Disaster. Other famous people with Tourette syndrome are Jim Eisenrich, a professional baseball player, Tim Howard, a professional soccer player, Mark Summers, a TV personality, Michael Wolff, a musician, Muhammad Abdul-Rauf, or Chris Jackson, an NBA basketball player, Howard Hughes, who is an entrepreneur, Dan Aykroyd, a comedian and actor, and actually some people believe that Mozart may have had Tourette syndrome. How you can help. People with sometimes people say things that can be hurtful and that we don't really mean. Some people do it purposefully just to be mean. But it is our job to make sure nobody feels bad about themselves. Because in some way, we really all are different. People with Tourette syndrome feel different, and we can feel left out, bullied, and treated differently than everyone else. It's already hard enough to have a disorder, so don't make it worse on anyone by chiming in and teasing. Better yet, get to know someone that might be different than you. A strong person can accept and respect people for who they are. Another way you can help is to help us raise money to find a cure. Please donate to the walk with us on May 20th, this Sunday. It's a Tourette's Walk to Find a Cure. And you can find more information on the Team TSA website. What makes you tick? This final video is of Mark Elliott, a motivational speaker who travels the country speaking to schools about tolerance for those who are different. Mark Elliott has been named the 2011 College Speaker of the Year, 2011 Diversity Artist of the Year, and nominated 2012 Best Male Performer. He has recently published a book called What Makes You Tick. You can find some of his videos on YouTube.
Tourette syndrome is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. What a crazy, crazy disorder. So I say offensive words, and so I say racial slurs. So I say racial slurs for black people, for Hispanic people. I have an older gay brother, and I say words like fag, faggot, you're gay. And this is by far the worst part of my Tourette syndrome. Because not only do I just say things that one would never say, but it's things that I do not mean. There's a lot of different things people can do for Tourette's, but there is no cure. Is that I've had the unique opportunity of having a very different perspective in life. A very different perspective. And that different perspective is that I've been able to see how people treat and react to someone who is so different than everyone else. Because that's the truth. I'm really different than all of you. I'm really, really different. From this different perspective, one of the greatest things that I have learned is the importance of tolerance. Tolerance, tolerance, tolerance. The key step to becoming a more tolerant individual is recognize that you make assumptions about other people. That's it. Recognize that you make assumptions about people who are different. Here's what I mean. When you go out in your life, you go out in public, and you see someone that is different than you, think whatever you want. Make whatever assumptions you want about that person. Because, hey, we're human. That's what we do. We make assumptions about other people. It's how we live our life. But I say, let it just be that. An assumption. And only an assumption. Because at the end of the day, we really do know so little about each other's lives. We know so little about what each other is going through. And I hope that that triggers something inside you that says, hey, I'm going to live my life, and I'm going to let you live your life. And if you missed anything that I said today, then I will sum it up in this very simple phrase. And it's please, don't judge a book by its noises. Thank you so much, everyone.
If you have any questions on what you've heard today, you can reach me at Facebook, on my Facebook page, my email, also@gmail.com. And I'd like to leave you with one final thought before I go. And that is, if you could take anything away from this assembly, it'd be for you to know them, don't judge them. Do you have any questions? Raise your hand.
Thank you, Justin. I know this probably wasn't easy for you to share, and I'm very impressed by your willingness to share. And I think, I think that the reason why Justin does this is because he's probably spent a lot of years growing up with you, and he's going to spend another several years being with you at the high school. And he cares about each and one of you enough to share this disability with you so that you can understand, appreciate, and to show some tolerance, for people who are different. And so, if you have any questions at all, this is a perfect time to ask them. Justin is here, he's going to answer them, and provide them at this time.
What is the most common
The most common things I have or in general? I've seen, in a lot of cases, I've seen like eye twitches a lot, and a lot of people have like vocal tics that aren't necessarily, like I said, corpora is not just like curses or racial slurs. These things are inappropriate for the moment. Like the kid in the first video you saw, he said metal, melt. It wasn't appropriate for what he was talking about, but he said anyways, and he couldn't control it. I have something like that, and I've seen that a lot of other people I've seen. Anything else? All right.
That was easy. So, I guess the question that I have now, does this mean that people have to treat me differently now?
No.
No. Does this mean that there's a new Justin in town? No? No, it's just they kind of treat you the way you've been, and who you are, and treat everyone nice, and to understand you a little bit better. So I think that's great. Thank you so much for presenting. And I also want to thank you all for just the time that you took to listen to Justin. And it seems to me that you really were very serious and cared enough for Justin to put your time and your patience and really concentrate into what he had to say. So, one last opportunity for anybody who has questions, maybe adults, anybody? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to 9th period class. Again, thanks again. We have about 10 minutes before we're dismissed. Raise your hand if you are interested in auditioning for 9th grade chorus next year.